They say that AI will replace engineers. Engineers who use engineer who use AI will replace engineers who don't. That's a keynote. Now, you have access to tools. I don't know if you started developing a few years ago, you understand that it's unfair. 7 years or 8 years when I started programming, it was hell. Like you have to go through step by step, go through a lot of go through documents. Like you have to read, you read 100 pages, 1,000 pages to understand one simple thing, one document. Sometimes you have issue and all you have to do is post it on Stack Overflow, and someone will just tell you that, are you dumb? This is very simple issue now, you can solve it yourself. Hey, when you're not problem solver. So that's how it was before. And you can use weeks. But now the advantage is now that your idea doesn't need to take years for you to build. Prompt it, do this, and that. These are the instructions. And before you know it, you are done. There used to be days that before you even turn ideas into PRD, I don't know if you understand PRD. So in tech, the first step is when you have an idea, you tell your product manager. Product manager in charge of like control your product, making it, they understanding it and breaking it down for the engineers. So when they want to do the document, sometimes you can use 1 month, 2 months to talk about the idea itself. Not even building, no, whenever you start building, just talking about okay, you should have this color, okay, what is should be okay, you should do this, you should have this. But now, hey, just put that idea, give it a good note. In just 5 minutes, in fact, 1 minute, the whole 20 pages of PRV is ready. And you can now modify it, and start using. And the funny thing is that you can also copy that PRV after review and prompt it to actually now develop the product itself. And but we know that in robotics it might not be straightforward because you still need to have hardware. But one thing about is that idea that you have to think, do some manual calculations. Okay, yeah, this you don't need to do that again. Just prompt it and it gives you the, the whole thing. So we have I think okay, we have some. So to design and code now we can use ChatGPT and Cloud AI. So describe your robotic behavior you want, and you get your Python code in seconds. So the prototype is 10 times faster than writing it from scratch. We also have the CAD and simulation. That's you can use on-shape AI or Fusion, and if you design your robotic arm, chassis, and AI geometry and stress, simulate your stress and motion before you even start fabricating. So for vision and sensing, you can use RoboFlow or TensorFlow. I think TensorFlow has been for a long time, and you can just train your crop disease detector and the rest. So for research and writing, you can use Perplexity or Cloud. Uh, Summarize your 50 pages of technical literature in minutes, grant grants, investors, and Bexpeed. Yes, all those technical stories. Just put it, going to summarize it for you and explain to you in uh, very simple terms. So we have schematics, which is AI schematic, where you share your circuit description with AI, and you get instant feedback on power management, sizing, potential faults, even before ordering the parts. You can see how easy it is now. And for documentation, just use Cloud or ChatGPT to generate your technical docs, user manual, README, and other documents you want. So remember, AI is a co-engineer, not a replacement. It accelerates execution. You still provide the insights. Uh, the last guy also said something around that. Just you have to start providing insights, what to do, what next to do. So I won't just go and copy someone else and just dump it to you. It has to be you reading in AI. I don't understand. AI do this in this way, like full context, so that it is going to give you the results you actually want for yourself. Um, so before you leave today, open ChatGPT, describe the idea you want, your robotic idea, write it. I want to build this, and let it be your co-engineer for a moment. Before you know it, express everything for you, and you know where to start from, and that will be very fast for you to build. Now, the let's move to monetize. So I think for my story the other time about the church app, I said something around how I made how I'm planning to make money from it. So money, an idea, as I said, an idea without a revenue model is a hobby. An idea without a revenue model, an idea with a revenue model is a business. Business gives your innovation engine to keep running after the long applause. I don't know, have you ever shared an idea? People start clapping for you. Yes, the idea makes sense. But if it's not making money, after your clapping finish, what happens? Sapa. So turn your idea into business. And these are ways you can turn your idea. So we have subscription. I said something around, okay, if you want to use my product, subscribe. I think that's even the easiest way to make money. Especially when I give you software products and things that people can use. If you build an idea, tell them, subscribe 1,000 every month. Subscribe 2,000 every month. If 10,000 farmers or users are using it, that's 20 million naira every month. Just 2,000 times 10,000, 20 million every month. And the compounds, as your customer grows, your income grows, and you also use your data to build more and do. So these are the works of software like monitoring tools, data services, continuous use. We have SaaS, we have a lot of things we can use subscription for. We also have freemium. So freemium is just you are planning to still make money from it, but you don't want to rush it. You want to gather people, you want people to come in and use the app. And I think that's what strategies are doing nowadays. Do you observe that before? You can keep on searching on ChatGPT, like AI, generating for hours and you'll be enjoying it. But those that observe since last month or 2 months now, any small thing tell you can't get anything till 9 o'clock. I'm like, bro, only one prompt now. Why till 9 o'clock? OT. That's the OT. Premium. They give you free. I think this guy also uses this model. The boat. Yeah, we are free 3 rides for free. That was long ago. That was about it's not 6 years ago when they came to. And that time, that from Keke Napep to Okada. I said, let me order these guys. Let me even see. I chill inside AC. Which music do you want? Yeah, me for free. But the next time I was going to, I was like, no, I'm going to pay these guys because I don't want stress. Where I'm going, I don't want stress. I won't even think of them. You have not even tried it for free. This is chill. So freemium also works when it comes to your product. You can let people use your product for free, and from there, when they earn your trust, they'll start putting money small, small. So, and based on since they see the value you are giving to them, then they will not have option than to start paying you. And we also have pay per use. So, for pay per use, there's an idea I've used is it 2023? It's, I think Uber and the rest are doing it now. But before they started, so what we have on Uber and Gokada before, they have their bikes. They have their bikes and their bikes only do the delivery. Then I was driving one day and just observed that okay, these new bikes are just coming up and they, what's it called? They just put their phone number and WhatsApp number. If you want to deliver something, chat me on WhatsApp. You don't have app, they have to do their own marketing themselves, they have to do everything themselves. I said, I can build something that we give them a platform. They just sign up, I verify them, and automatically they can get users. So it's going to be a single app that automatically just assign riders to any users that want to use them. So I use location proximity. The nearest driver to your location, you see them order, maybe just 10, just pick any of the riders, and you see their company, you see their name, and they can come and deliver for you. And what I do is that I get 20% of the delivery fee from them. That's what I used to run the company then. But I had to stop it when these guys started doing the same thing. They're bigger than me. So before I knew it, Uber, Okada also started doing the same platform, and I couldn't compete. But it's something that you can use to make money too. Pay per charge. As you use this app, pay. As you do this one, percentage. As they use it, so that one is the more they use it, the more your money. So it's a game of number. And we also have angel investors. So there are some that they, they when they see an idea, they want to invest in it for everything. You know, any idea you have, make sure you have all the documentations and everything around it. And investors can come and say, let's idea. Can I put money inside and I'll just own 30% of it or own 40% of it? And that way you can also get money for free on your ideas. I think I discussed with your chairman when I posted my flyer, one man, one big man that said, he's interested in that any of the ideas that I feel is fine today, I should let him ready to invest. And that's how you can get cool money to start your business. So we have ventures, all this venture capital and the rest, and the platform you can use to make money. So the money is not actually a profit, but it's something you can use to start. So if you have an idea, you can get an investor to invest in the platform, and what you have to give up part of your equity. And most times, from my experience, is that when you start, when you're just getting started, the worth of your company is very low. So investors can use that one to go and collect one big share. I don't know. When you bring some ideas sometimes, I feel like I need money to start this. I just come to you and like, hey bro, give me 50%. I'll give you 10 million naira. 10 million naira. You are be careful. So you have to know you are giving me will be determined after 5 years. They call it one stage. I don't know, I've forgotten that. So it's after 5 years. So if your company, if the money gives you what 50%, after 5 years, let's say you have boom, you might not watch up to 10% in the future. And that's that 10% that you're going to give that investors. So you can study more about all this kind of investment and rest. So we also have grants. This one is free money. You get grants. Grant is free money. Just do your papers, do your ideas, let them know that okay, this is what you want to do. And if you are building something around agriculture, I think we have Afribank, all these bank for agri. If you are doing something around health, we have all of the USAID, UNICEF, and all those guys that are ready to give you money to, and they are free. Just I think most of them what they do is they'll be on your neck actually because they don't want to give. It's a free money, but at the same time they want you to use it for what they give you. Most investors, what's wallet? Then they go and buy G-Wagon instead for them to build what they need to build. So most of them they'll tell you, okay, yes, I'm giving you 10 million naira for your idea, but I will give you 1 million naira first. Tell us what you need to do. Okay, give us report back. We give you another 1 million. So sometimes the way we see grants, sometimes it's not like straightforward though. So they can announce now, this company got 100 million grants. Go and ask them how much is in your account. They tell you that I'm not able to receive 1 million out of it. So because of this, if you are why with this investors news, people have misused all this investor money. and they are getting wiser and wiser every day. Even now, to get investors, they want to make sure that the idea is unique. In fact, they want to make sure that you are in the market already, selling and having at least a level number of users before they can invest in your platform. Because people want to 2020 during Corona period, people cash out. So before you know it, just simple idea, you're getting $1 million, $2 million for a simple idea. And what they do is that when they get that money, yeah, buy G wagon, start living frivolous life, company back up after 6 months. Where is the money you just jump out to US and they start living another life. So now investors are now trying to let's calm down, let's do this small, small, and it's a problem of trust. But we get there. So we also have B2B licensing. So let's say you build an idea, you can go to companies and like, okay, I know you have this, maybe you're building a robotic idea for a company having like 100 or 2,000 companies, or okay, take this idea and give me money as you use it, or just have a relationship and a business deal with them. As they use it and they make money out from it, they give you your share. So on pricing, most first-time founders underprice by 50 to 80%. So hey, this particular part is also a part that's very. You are solving an idea. The money you spend on the idea, let's say, is 100,000, but it is solving a problem that, let's say, makes 20% return for the person, or for farmers, or for users. But because you used 100,000 to build it, like, I'm just collecting 1,000 naira, it's more money. And you're actually making millions for them. I don't even understand what I'm saying. So sometimes funders underprice their solution because they feel the build it cheap, but that's not how it works in real world. You charge the revenue you are generating for the user. I don't even understand what I'm saying. So if you are solving a farming problem and you build it 100,000, and that farming problem is saving, observe. So hours, spend 1 hour a week with real problem. So it can be anywhere, it can be market, it can be in a farmer, it can be in the hospital, it can be anywhere. Meet people with this problem. You don't need to pitch, just ask questions. What's the hardest part of your work? What's the problem? But just listen and write this problem down. And the next thing is that you build. So you build something, build, write scripts, write basic circuits, and address the problem. The next step is for you to test. So you test, might not be perfect, as I said, just test and get back to the person. Does it really solve the problem? And we give you feedback. And the next thing is you connect. You find one person that complements. This was that. If you know the trend now, we also always have co-founders. That co-founder, so co-founder, because most times you need to have someone that will complement your idea. You can be an engineer, but you need a marketer. You can be an engineer, but you need yes, something like just find someone to complement your idea, and you guys can come together and become co-founders. And the next thing is you ship. After you're done, you ship and let people start using it in the public. So even if it feels terrifying, ship it, get feedback, and don't look back. Just start getting better every time. So every dark spot that the satellite image have is not the lack of people, it's the lack of right solution built by the right person at the right time. So it could be you. So what I'm trying to say here is that start building. Any dark image is not the lack, is the lack of right solution. But you can start building it to solve the problem. So all the problems we are facing in Africa, in your daily life, even in school, you can start from school. As I said, I started from school. You can start right now. You don't need to wait. You graduate, you don't need to wait to have money. You don't need to wait. Just start now. You have the brain, you have the resources, you have AI to assist you, you have everything. Start now. Thank you very much.
How many of us enjoyed this last speaking session from our keynote speaker? I, for one, I did. Let me not lie. And I was actually very impressed. Do you know how hard it is to build 20 mobile apps? 20. And all of them are all working. That shows that, yes, he's actually very, very, very competent. What? Exactly. And they are all approved by Google Play Store. It's very impressive. Now, it's not now I'll ask you guys questions. It's later on. For now, I want to just quickly go over what he spoke on, which is one. What do you think the I said I would ask questions. Yeah. So the topic, the entrepreneurial engineer. And what he emphasized is that an engineer has to turn his ideas into money. Like he said, if you have idea and you are not and you are just doing it for free, it's a hobby. But when you can monetize that idea, it becomes a business. Now, another thing he spoke about was as an entrepreneur, it's the same thing. He talked about gym bros, where he said that when you're building an idea, you don't have to actually come up with something perfect immediately. You could always start from somewhere and then build up on that. And then you see the idea grow into something better. And one thing that actually hit me when he said that was actually Money Point. Do you people know when Money Point was created? Hmm? You're very close. 2015 by Tosin and Felix Ike. What most people do not know is that the two co-founders of MoneyPoint actually started out working for local banks like Sterling. And what they were doing there is that they were building infrastructure, database for all the users that were actively saving up or investing in those banks, right? So, unfortunately for them, their contract with Sterling Bank was revoked, and that was when those two co-founders decided to work together to still use that same infrastructure that they were using with Sterling Bank to build up Money Point. And in 2022, that was actually when they gained the license to now push out their agenda forward. And to know how massive Money Point has been a success, just last year, MoneyPoint recorded a total processing value or transaction value of over 412 trillion naira. 412 trillion naira from a simple idea of infrastructure for users. So, what that tells you is that no matter how shallow you think your idea is, if you keep working on it, you're actually going to get something very, very massive. There are many other people too, but I don't want to waste our time. And then he also spoke about PPR, which is first identifying problems in your immediate environment, talking to people about tiny things that make them uncomfortable. And after identifying those problems, you look for the people. How many people are affected by these problems? If it's a small amount of people and you do that thing for the person or you profound that solution to the person, like he said, it's a hobby because you're only helping one person. But then if you see that this problem affects a huge amount of people, then you can work on that and turn that idea or that solution into a business. Then he also spoke about breaking, where you identify problems that are affecting or things that will be a hurdle to the solution you're trying to create for those problems. And that actually reminded me because he said that you should actually learn to work with AI like ChatGPT and Claude AI. So let me just say one personal story because back when I was doing my IT in Lagos, I was actually building a form of an automation database for all these supermarkets. And what it was supposed to do is that it would take in the amount of users that entered that store for the month, record the products that they bought, and then also try to, because it was using AI, it was basically an AI algorithm. So what the AI does is after taking a whole like month of data, it will give the users or the store users the products that sold the most that month, and then you could actually like help them either increase the price or reduce the price based on the performance of those products. It was a very smart idea. So when I built this thing, because of me, I have pride. I was bragging online that I have already hit a milestone in success. I have built something fantabulous, and I was going to review it to someone the next day. So on getting to the place where I was to pitch this thing that I built, as I clicked run, my screen turned red. Everything crashed in front of my eye. Ah, shame. I was very ashamed, let me not lie. So when I got home after the disgrace and everything, I said, let me look through this thing and identify what actually was wrong with this code because I built it with my own head now. So pride, I started working on it again. I built it from scratch again. I tried running it, and then it still didn't work. It was actually when I now use ChatGPT to go through the entire thing. I actually have to like pay for that their service because, like he said, they only give you one prompt per day. So, and that thing I had to snap the entire code, and it was over like 100 lines of code. So when I sent it to ChatGPT, would you be surprised that the only thing that was hindering that code was one comma that I did not add somewhere? One comma crashed almost 2 months of work. So it is actually smart as engineers or as humans that we are who want to actually be business minded. We have to use AI to improve our own efficiency. There are things that AI will do that will help improve the quality of your work. So instead of fearing that AI is going to replace all of us, AI is like a tool. Those who master how to use that tool can then overshadow and outperform every other person who is oblivious to the tool. So instead of fearing AI taking your job, try to find out how you can use AI to even improve whatever you are doing, and it can help everyone. Then, after moving from there, he also talked about automation, where you remove repetition of tasks. So, this is just basically where you just use AI to repeat simple tasks. For example, now imagine that the project that I built, it was actually to automate that task of reviewing products. Imagine if you were the person that was actually there every day, reading through hundreds of products that were bought in a day to start identifying the product that sells best. That would just be very sad. So you actually need to use things like AI to improve and automate on those particulars, on specific tasks. Sha. And then he talked about prompt engineering, basically. And prompt engineering is very important because it's part of how you can use AI as a tool to improve your work. AI doesn't understand, even though we think it understands our simple English, we have to actually ask it questions with specific structures for it to give us the best answers to those particular things that we're trying to get. And he also talked about monetizing these ideas, how we can build revenue on them, talking about freemium, pay per charge, venture capitalists, selling from the future, B2B licensing, pricing. And then he also talked about how we can also build on the businesses by observing, making the product or the solution, testing that product to a particular audience, connecting with other people to help raise funds or build on that product, then finally ship the product. So, just so I let all of you know, after all this thing that I've said, I'll ask you questions, Natasha. So, please, please don't waste my few minutes of talking. Now, I want to introduce. Yeah, Vera, let's go. Yes.
Hi, sorry. The next thing on the schedule is to introduce Omole Oluwasomi Dotun, and I lament my for their presentation called Light Now. So, can I put your hands together for them?
Yes.
Wow, that was really sudden. I did not know we were coming up on stage that fast. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? How's your day going? All right. All right, so we'll be quickly executing our project. Unfortunately, we don't have the hardware with us here, but hopefully you get an oversight or a view on what we'll be able to build. Right. So the name of our project is Blind Nerve, and I will be walking you through the problem that we're trying to solve. Okay, so in my hall of residence, I stay in Queen Elizabeth Hall. I've seen we have like a couple of blind people. I think they're not completely blind, but they're partially blind. And navigating like the whole hostel atmosphere, they have to like depend on people. If they want to fetch water, they need to go to class, someone has to like walk with them, like lead them through everything. And it got us thinking, what of if blind people did not have a weakness, right? And I'm not saying blindness is a strength either. I'm just saying that what if blind people could navigate without needing assistance, without needing guidance, without needing anybody to support them, they can be independent. And that was the solution we thought and we tried to solve. So we introduced blind nerve. It's a two-part system. So there is the walking stick and there is the glasses, right? So I will hand over to my teammate to talk more in details about what the project is all about. And I want you guys to visualize it in your minds, but we don't have the hardware, but we have the pictures here. So yeah.
So Library is an assistive technology to help visually blind people navigate your life. So most of the time when we have outside Nigeria there's solution for this, right? But they're expensive and try to create something that's big, that's for our environment. So next slide. Previous slide, sorry. Previous slide. Okay, so this is government statement. In Nigeria, we don't know visually impaired people like traditional white kids. Now, the traditional white kids are the very high figures with head level obstacles. And the glasses or solutions that are available for most people are very expensive. So what we built is a solution that is offered for next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So what we built is a solution, right, that is offline for battery power, right, for this Nigerian environment. And it works, it can be bought by anyone. So this is our product. It's a two-part system consisting of the glasses and the smart key. Now the glasses is powered by a microcontroller, ESP32. That's a camera, right? We put to the side, a battery charger, and a battery booster. And then we have a smart gate. And the smart gate it has an integrated vibrational motor and ultrasonic sensor for sensing obstacles that might be in front of the person. So how does this work? So let's start with the key. The key takes in information using the ultrasonic sensor by detecting obstacles that might be person, like from 1 to 4 or 5 meters in front of the person. And it processes the brain behind it, the ESP32, the microcontroller that's inside the brain, the king of the king. Right? And the glasses is, we put the glasses to have to that's advanced object detection and that's offline one. Now I'll speak on the offline one. So in Nigeria, we don't always have lights and power internet. Right? So we found out that when we were building this solution. So on the device, on the camera module, that is 32 camera. That is 32 camera module. We train a lightweight AI model. AI model to run on it. So what AI model does is to detect fast moving objects, right? Not very advanced, but the microcontroller has limited power. Right? So the AI model can detect stairs, can detect any objects that space cannot detect. And then we have the advanced object detection. So this one takes in, this one is working online. Right? connected it to a cloud server. And what it does is has it takes in a lot of more information and feeds more information to the user. Now, how is information gets to the user? So information is taken from the camera module of the glasses, right? Experience. And it's passed, the information is taken from the camera module. It is fed to the cloud server or the offline AI model or the offline lightweight edge model, depending on whichever approach you are on, right? And then the information received from any of these tools is passed into the switch returns information to the user. Now, the second mode in the advanced object detection mode is reading. Now, when people now have access to read books and sometimes visually impaired people. So what we've done is we trained, well, not trained, possible. We're able to integrate an OCR model that allows for blind people to read. So blind people will be able to access their front, right? And they'll be able to read whatever slide, whatever document, right? Even handwritten ones that they are from, they'll be able to read it, and the information will be passed to them through the end. Next time. Okay, so these are some of our tests that we did. We have the on device, we have rigorous tests for this device, and then we also ran tests for the offline video. So these are our previous scores. We also tested the camera and cloud connectivity. Right? So this is just a snapshot. This is the model that we envisioned. First one to get out is just our I need to text. I need to text. So I'm very excited about that. I need to text. Okay, so we have also been validated that one tested our idea, validated it. So yeah, right now it's a working solution. That comes to that tells us that we don't need to have, we don't need to use lots of we don't need to use a lot of money. Well, we can do high-tech assistive technology at a radical fraction of the cost. Now all this one is supposed to out there. And right now does not just need many people part to just navigate the environment. It also needs people, right people, the usually the part to read and the part to access information.
So much. So I hope we have received context about what our project entails, and thank you for listening. Okay, I didn't want to introduce myself. My name is Divine, and I'm a founder level electrical student. He's Dotson. He's also a founder level electrical. So questions?
Actually, your idea, I love it. I have to ask you a question. Use this one as an example, and you use ultrasonic sensor